Hi, this is Howie from Prime Your Pump, entertaining and actionable self-improvement. And this week's video is about 3 different types of power and how and when to use them. And the 3 types of power are knowledge, charisma, and formal authority. So let's first talk about the power of knowledge. And this is an example of you listen to me because I know something more about the topic than you do. And it's in your best interests to listen to me. So for example, when my daughter was 11, she discovered that there was something called death. And for 3 nights in a row, she kept coming in and waking me up every hour on the hour to see if I was still alive. And after 3 nights, I was totally psychotic from lack of sleep. So we went to a psychologist who had the power of knowledge and asked him what to do. And he said, lock the door, but explain to your daughter what you're doing. And we did it. And that first night, she banged on our door so loud that she set off the fire alarm. So I opened the door, I took her back to her bed, and I put her in her bed, and I said, Allie, it's in your best interests just to stay in bed. Everything is okay. Don't worry about it. And after that one very, very painful night, she never did it again. It was amazing how effective the power of knowledge was in that situation. Okay? The next type of power I would like to talk about is the power of charisma. Okay? And this is a situation where you listen to me because I have such charm, such presence, such personality, such charisma, that you want to listen to me. And great examples of this are Bill Clinton's, base thinks he has enormous charisma, just like Donald Trump's base think he has enormous charisma. People who are not in his base, feel very, very, very differently. But those are good examples of charismatic power. And then there's power of formal authority. And this is the one that's most used and the one I really want to focus on. And this is where you listen to me because I have power over you. And if you don't listen to me, something bad is going to happen to you. So for example, many of the Me Too situations that exist today are a direct result of the misapplication of formal authority power. All right? Now, use it, lose it, or make it actionable. Whenever you're about to use power to get a person or a group of people to act, consider the type of power that you think would be most appropriate for the situation. Now, not everybody can use charismatic power because not everybody's charismatic. And not everybody can use a knowledge power because not everybody's knowledgeable. I don't know how difficult it is to learn how to be charismatic, but I do know that you can learn to be knowledgeable. For example, I've been studying my management style for over 35 years, and I consider myself to have a substantial knowledge base in that area. So if people ask me about that and I give an opinion, that would be an example of the power of knowledge. So when to use it, it's almost always appropriate, to use power of knowledge and charisma. However, to the extent you rely on formal authority, you generally have failed in your use of power. However, there are certain exceptions, Military combat, that's a good example, Life-threatening behaviors, that's a good example. And many interactions with your children where you assume you have to use formal authority, but actually you may not. And just let me give you an example of one that I heard about. A 4-year-old boy was saying to his mother, I want a cookie, I want a cookie, I want a cookie. And his mother was saying, you can't have a cookie, you can't have a cookie, you can't have a cookie. And it was a big fight between them. And formal authority, and she was basically losing all potency, with her formal authority. So what she learned from the power of knowledge was she got down on her stomach, looked her 4-year-old right in the eyes and said, you know something? I want a cookie too. And now the 4-year-old said, wow, Mommy's listening to me. She wants a cookie too. But then Mommy said, we can have it after dinner. And the problem was resolved. You see, she used the power of knowledge instead of formal authority power. And what do you think? When was the last time that you used formal power and you could have used charisma or the power of knowledge? And please share your thoughts and comments below. And before we go, make sure you read our other blog posts. And if you have a friend who may like our blog posts, please share them. And lastly, if you haven't already signed up for our weekly newsletter, please do so. And until next time, remember, prime your pump.